What is good? This is Archangel Raphael, aka Jesus Christ, as well as other known deities such as Buddha, Krishna, Abraham's bosom, Muhammad, in and out the body. And as usual, I'm here to carry out God's will, authority, purity, essence. I should even say presence, but that is pretty much essence within the presence. So as I balance on this wood stump that I'm sitting on, this one's going to be about balance on how to grow your career and success in God's light. So first things first, I want to give a shout out to Unique Tarot LLC for essentially just leading the world towards a very enlightened place. As you've helped me so much on my actionhood into manhood. So, see, I know for a fact what it means to not get astray and pull yourself back into limiting concepts and visualizations of what is keeping you from elevating and pushing past the barrier to the next level God has intended for you. When you wake up from your dream and you've seen all of creation utilized through the people, places, and things around you, that's a sign you're doing what you're doing. You're supposed to be doing spiritually to move things forward. But don't neglect this. If it's a spiritual war, you have to be a spiritual individual. So if you're going to war, you're going to go war against these people, places, things around you in essence, because the devil's army, Satan's army, will utilize these people at times because they're weaker spirits, especially if you are anything like me or anything close to me, right? You already notice. And a lot of beings that are already have touched me, they might already have a level of manifested success, and that's all great and well and good for them. But when it comes down to it, only the true real will prosper in the end. So, since it seems that humanity is facing a lot of end time conceptual ideas around this time, it seems like, through seeing, it seems like everything is just coming to an end. Which it is, essentially, when you look astrologically at what's happening in this universe. But the beings that are on this universe are utilizing so many multidimensional and omniversal travels. Okay? They're astrologically projecting themselves through these travels and gaining wisdom and knowledge beyond measure. Which is great, because that's essentially what this world needs. And everyone can live prosperously within their own God-given will, God's will. So, not to get that misconstrued with your own will. When your own will is aligned to God's will, you will have God's purity. You will receive God's purity. So if light is being shined down from what it seems is outside components, you must come to realize that that is just the inside component expressing itself in an outwardly fashion. Hence why the sun is just another star that is closest to the planet that's going to satiate its own light. So the sun and the moon are the earth, essentially. They're all one, not separate. They're like one entity operating individually, almost. But they're all one. You could say. So, I'm going to literally rampant my creations and the process of me doing what I'm doing, because I don't plan on anything, but I really don't know how long I'm gonna be here for. And I say that with great joy and surrender to Godhood, and essentially just knowing that it's all mapped out. So the way you need to die and gain what you need to gain, the travels of your death, to go beyond and so far that you as a spirit individually are encompassing all of heaven. Because if you think heaven and hell ain't real, you are surely mistaken. No matter what your gifts may be, God may have bestowed upon you, all angels can fall and demons can rise. So what that means is, check yourself before you wreck yourself. It's so good to build from the ground up where you stay at and know who you are. And even when everything is on the outside is manifested exactly as you envisioned, from your heart and root of God's essence, you're still the same. You've changed so much, but you are the same, because God does not change. God created change, so God can witness himself, herself. So without change, God cannot see oneself. God cannot know oneself. You feel me? So when you tell yourself too much of anything is bad, it is true. Too much of anything is bad. But when you let your spirit and your soul overtake you to where you're letting God lead you, sometimes you may overindulge in something to where it just had to take you somewhere, but you did it the right way. You didn't steep into a weakness border almost. And even if you did, it was always to an extent. It was never to hurt oneself. It was always from a place of expressing one's love, out of your being. You're emanating this self-love, projecting outwardly. So in that fashion, you decided to do what you did. It doesn't necessarily mean you're not balancing, because you as a spirit and soul come back to you. So you choose your fate. You let God steer and lead you the right way, mentally, physically, soulfully, and spiritually, all aligned. The 4 quadrant. Which then creates 5, of course, leading to the rest of the fires. Boom. God's will. So quad 9, right? Higher wisdom and knowledge emanating from the heart, getting into the 5, the will, which leads to the 9. And what you should know is 10 is merely just the seat. 10 is the seat I'm sitting on. You may think it's 2, right? Or you may say, oh no, it could be 2 or 6. But 6 was a harmonization to lead to a place where 10 could be totally observing the rest of its creation. So a lot of things I'm going to say you've never heard it said the way I say it, because all universal knowledge is available to you and for you, and God will utilize you as a vessel in order to create something brand new and expand all of your horizons to the point where you change everything around you, and therefore you change many universes, and all of the omniverse comes to flow through you as one deity that is totally surrendered to God. And what that truly means is, even if you don't have what you need or think you want at the moment, you know it's happening, you know it's unveiling, you have a complete surrender and faith. And even once you get that envision, that as I have mentioned, you're rooted in yourself. God does not change. God created change. So start right and you end right. Essentially all that means. You're on the right flight now. This is the right boss signing out. And peace, love, and enlightenment. Until again. My dearest familia, this was the Astral Man, the family man. Come and take my hand. We'll go on this journey together. Because you are not alone, as MJ has said it himself. Shout out to Reston, Resting potential. Right? That's what 10 is. Potential. It's not, 10 isn't arrival, it's potential. Because it's never ending, you see. It's the one within the zero, it's never ending. So I'm just giving you little things here and there. So, and it's a beautiful day to just show everything. Make sure you go out when your heart wants to, and you properly manifested everything as you were supposed to. You're gonna know exactly when spirit and soul and your environment and God's utilizing everything as a vessel for you to leap of faith. There's so many creators out here. I'm so grateful for this universe we've all collectively came together to manifest. But at the end of the day, collecting is one part of manifestation. Individualhood is where you find your true self, your true heart, God's true essence, and then you will receive God's purity. Take yourself there, go all the way. Not just in mental, not just in physical, and not just in soul level. On spiritual and on all components and all levels. Let yourself be. And then, spiritually get yourself to a place where you know how to attack and the way to attack appropriately. God will take you through the travels necessary to show you exactly how to do it the right way. everything has a right and a wrong. All right, all right, all right. Goodbye for now.